What's going on, everybody? This is your host, C-WEYZEY, coming back at you today with another video. Today, we're going to be going over the exciting news we got on May 17th, which I do believe was Wednesday, about EA Sports College Football. And it will have the ability for the first time to have a college football player's name, image, and likeness in the game. If any of y'all played the old games before, y'all should know and remember there was no real life players in the game. They were all generic numbered players that, yeah, they might have had the same like number as they did in real life, but they looked totally different. You know, if they were white, they sometimes were black. If they were black, they were sometimes white. They would have different features and stuff like that than what they would in real life, but their numbers might have been the same. That would have been the only thing that you could compare it to. Now, there was such a thing as roster sharing, and people would make the real life rosters and kind of edit the players to kind of resemble them in real life with gear and gloves and stuff like that. But as of May 17th, there will be players will be eligible to opt in to get their name, image, and likeness in the game and will be compensated for it. Let's go over the article posted by IGN about this. EA Sports has announced that its collegiate title, EA Sports College Football, will pay players for lend their likenesses to the game if they opt in to do so. So not every single player will be in this game, but if they opt in and won't pretty much say, hey, I want to be in the game, then they'll be in the game. According to a report from ESPN, the publisher is collaborating with One Team Partners, a firm that also works with the NFL and MLS Players Associations, to facilitate college athletes' names and likenesses into the game, which is set to debut next summer. The offer is extended to all eligible players within the Division I Football Bowl subdivision. Players who agree to have their name, image, and likeness (NIL) featured in EA Sports College Football will receive compensation for it. Once they opt in, they may receive a face scan of their likeness to be placed in the game. However, not every college football player will receive a face scan due to the fact that 120 FBS college teams nationwide have opted into the game, bringing thousands of their players into it. If any player does not want their NIL featured in the game, EA Sports will create a generic avatar and a player in their place. Okay, right here it says 120 FBS college teams. If I remember correctly, there is, I think, 128. So Notre Dame and a few others said, we don't want to be in the game unless you pay our players to be in the game. Well, now that this has come out and come forth, schools like Notre Dame, which there's a handful of them, that said we don't want to be in a game unless our players can get paid. There is now no reason why they shouldn't be in the game because they said that's the only thing holding them back, and now there's nothing holding them back in a sense. So we should see every college football team, Division I, in the game. And I think they also said something about possibly a handful of FCS teams. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think I've read that somewhere. Now, one cool little tweet about Robert Griffin III right here. He said, EA Sports College Football comes out next summer. FBS players can opt in to have their names, likeness in the game and get paid for it, per Microthestein. And here's his comment about him playing around that time and being in the game. I remember being a white quarterback with dreads from Montana with no arm sleeve one year and a Hawaiian the next. Those days are gone. Like I was saying a minute ago, their numbers might be the same as real life, but they don't resemble what they do in real life in the older games. But now that's long dead and gone. EA Sports and One Team Partners are still ironing out specific details, such as the amount of money players will receive in the payment structure. A representative from EA Sports told ESPN that the goal is to be as inclusive and equitable as possible. While the one team website says if individual sales can't be identified, especially with video game licensing, as in the case with EA Sports College Football, then revenue will be divided equally among the athletes included in each licensing program. EA Sports previously had a collegiate game series called NCAA College Football, released between 1993 and 2013. The franchise got discontinued after Football 14 due to legal disputes between EA and NCAA regarding the use of players' NILs, which the later party had forbidden due to the concept of sports amateurism. Now, EA will be able to use college players' NILs thanks to a 2021 Supreme Court ruling saying that student athletes can profit off of them. EA Sports College Football will be released in summer of 2024 on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. Okay, that's not the biggest update we've ever gotten, but it is an update. It's very exciting. We could easily see somebody like Caleb Williams, if they come back for another year, Shadur Sanders, Travis Hunter. We'll see a bunch of big name players in next year's game for sure, 100%. And another cool thing is not this coming up college football season, but the next, which will be right alongside EA Sports College Football. That year starts the 12-team college football playoff. Now, they're wanting to be authentic as possible. I guarantee you 12-team college football playoff will be in there, and that's very exciting. Haven't really been a fan of Madden the last few years, but I am a real big fan of the older college football games that they had, and I still play NCAA Football 14 today. I mean, y'all see some videos on my channel. I play it. Thanks to modders and people updating the game like that, it's still very playable today. But with this coming out, my hope and my prayer is that this new college football game is at least as good as NCAA Football 14. If it's at least as good as that, it's going to be a great game. That's all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you would, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.